Hello everyone, welcome to another set of examples for calculating time complexity. So herein we have a for loop where 4 is ranging from I equal to 1 to n, and look into the value of I each time is getting multiplied by 2. So the value of I goes like this. First iteration, the value of I is I into 2, that is can be represented as 2 to the power 1. Second time it is 2 into 2, which can be represented as 2 square. And the third time it is 2 square into 2, which can be represented as 2 cube. Hence the value of I continues as 2 to the power k. And look into this for loop. The for loop will get executed from I equal to 1 till I is less than n. So it means that when I becomes greater than n, the loop comes out. Okay, then no more the print I is getting executed. So here the value of I is starting with 2 to the power 1 and it goes on till 2 to the power of k. Now, once this value of I is greater than n, that is 2 to the power of k is greater than n, it comes out of the loop. So, the for loop is getting executed till 2 to the power of k is greater than n, which can be represented as k equal to log n to the base 2. Hence, the time complexity of this code snippet is order of log n. Let us see another example where two variables a and b are initialized to 0. This initialization takes place only once in the entire code snippet. Hence, this will take a constant time of order of 1. Now we have a for loop here for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. It is starting with 0, ranging till n less than becomes less than n. So this for loop will get executed n plus 1 times. You have inner for loop for j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus. Again it will execute n plus 1 time. We have a statement inside the inner for loop. So each time this statement will executed for j equal to 0, j less than n, j plus plus, and for each value of I, there is I have missed one thing here. I'll just add it on with this. This will get executed for n plus 1 into n times, because for each value of the outer for loop, the inner for loop is getting executed. For I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, this statement will get executed n plus 1 time. So for each n times, the inner for loop will get executed. N plus 1 time, only the outer for loop checking condition get executed, it fails and it comes out. So this is nothing but n into n plus 1, and inner statement will get executed n times for each value of j, and multiplied by n, because for each value of I, the j loop is getting executed n times. Uh, so it is n into n. Now we have another for loop which is not connected with these two for loops, because this for loop is starting here and ending here. This is a disconnected for loop from here, which is again ranging from 0 to n, and hence this for loop will get executed n plus 1 time, and the statement within it, b equal to b plus k, is getting executed n times. Now if you look into the degree of the polynomial, the highest degree of the polynomial is n square. Hence the time complexity can be represented as order of n square. We'll see another example where in first statement is initializing the value of a to 0, and then we have a loop for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, which is getting executed n plus 1 time. Now here the second loop is based on the value of I. It is depending on the outer for loop. That is, j is starting from n, j greater than I, j minus minus. In that situation, the statement is getting executed. Now we'll see how is the value of I. So for the outer for loop, I equal to 0, the inner for loop value is 6, and the inner for loop executes 6 times, and the statement will execute 5 times. For I equal to 1, inner loop will execute 5 times and the statement will execute 4 times. I equal to 2, inner loop will execute 4 times, the statement will execute 3 times. So on. So we can generalize this as n plus the times in a for loop or the statement get executed is n plus n minus 1 plus n minus 2 plus etc plus 2 plus 1, which is again, if you see from the reverse, it is sum of n natural numbers, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc plus n, which can be written as n into n plus 1 divided by 2, which is nothing but n square plus n by 2. So the time complexity can be represented as order of n square. That's all. Thank you so much. We'll come up with another video on few more examples to calculate the time complexity in varied situations.